I don't know why, but I just saw a commercial that reminded me of like early, like 2010. I don't know. It was like, it reminded me of when I first got on Facebook. And it was called like, well, it's Love. It reminded me when, yeah, Facebook. And it says has no labels. And it's everyone's getting onto or into love.com or something. Every deed, every action, every something or other. Love has no labels. Love is free or something. Well, of course, love is free. And that's why it makes me so mad that I feel as though I grew up in a culture, in a family, in a cycle of society wherein love is transactional. Um, Everything is transactional. At least the good things are transactional. And if you can't pay, well, then there goes everything that you thought was good. Um, I guess paying for it could sound like a bad thing, right? You'll pay for that. You know, I don't know. I don't know where this is going or where it came from. Hello, my name is Krista. Channel, Higher Self, Krashibaya. I suppose that's what this is. I can't really describe it. There are people that are so eloquent that can, but all I know is that I don't know nothing. I'm just doing what I was asked to do. I was told to make it my job. Work it like it's your job. So here I am, completely kerfuddled. Kerfuddled? Is it? Kerfuffled. Well, whatever, close enough. Just mumbling away to myself, trying to make sense of this not making senseness that is my life. Oh, I made coffee. Totally forgot. Yay, coffee. Anyways, I was going to do a divination reading, but I realized that the last divination reading that I did that I thought was like bang, 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 bang right out the door was also 45 minutes long. Like 45-minute long recording that I made before that, where I made a whole lot of points and poignant points, whatever. I made a lot of clarity as to why I was doing what I was doing, and then I got distracted again from pulling the cards, and I ended up chasing a spider. Not chasing him, but pointing out the fact that he was a familiar, a spirit guide, a pet, a P-word. Lots of alliteration in this bitch. Not really, but that's what was happening on the other ones. And I was like, do you realize how synchronistic this is? And then, of course, wanted to then send out the message that the poltergeist P-word was wanting them to make. Needed to send out, and they insisted that they do it via divination. So I pulled out my cards and, distraction, and then I came back on, and the divination that was supposed to be just divination, just here it is, which was like a number 31, which is a 3, a justice card number 11, which is a 2. That really doesn't matter, except the justice card kept coming up and up, coming up and coming up. The 31, well, it was either a 31 or a 13, and of course I had talked about Friday the 13th because I had bought Friday the 13th cards. I don't know if they showed up on the camera or not, but it was Halloween, and Friday the 13th came out around Halloween. My cousin's birthday was Friday the 13th in October. I don't know if she was born on Friday the 13th, but last year it was Friday the 13th in October. And yes, I was recording on Halloween, or at least I was trying to record on Halloween, and of course got distracted over and over and over and over and over again in my recordings. And so they were kind of, Yeah. So then the next card was a number 8 strength, and then it was a number 8 card, and then it was a number 3 card, and then the next number was a number 5 card. And they were just, and then of course I was thinking of the number 8 cups, the 8 of cups, and then the next card out, the next card out was a king, which was the king of, I believe, wands. You are the master manifester. And then, of course, after the king of wands, there came the 8 of cups. I believe it was the 8 of cups next. But anyways, it just kept it was 8 of wands, 8 of this as I was shuffling. And then as I got done shuffling and I was pulling the cards, and it took me 45 minutes to explain that. Like, it took me about an hour and 15 minutes to just tell you what I don't fucking know. And this is why I don't record these things unless I'm doing divination. And even so, it's kind of ridiculous. It gets to be goddamn ridiculous. So often do I get songs, phrases, words, keywords that'll come in over and over and over again that I'm supposed to spout out to the collective. So often. And I procrastinate, P-word. Do you want outside? I'm not going out with you, but you can go outside. No, you don't? Okay. And then, of course, the dog is scared of outdoors, but then she wants to go outside, and then she wants me to come for a walk with her. Do you have to go potty? Let me stand on the porch. And yeah, I have to lead her to the door because I have to turn on the light first. She is just as afraid of the outdoorsy stuff as I am, and I never locked this door. I locked this door when we came back inside. Like, it gets kind of spooky how significant it is, how right on, spot on it is. And this name of my spider that was being my familiar, go potty if you need to. The other night was Spot. I have a pet spider. Here you go, baby. I'm right here. It's okay. You don't want to go in? No, just shake it out. Yeah, exactly. That's how when they pick up energy and they transmute it, animals can do that. Like a giraffe that is running in a field that has a lion. We've been in fight or flight mode for how long? I don't know, since COVID probably. But when a giraffe is being chased by a lion or a tiger in the jungle, or not the jungle, I used to think they were in the jungle. Tigers are in jungles. Lions are, yep, there we go. Lions are on the Sahara. Lions are in the desert. Lions are, in Africa, what have you. I mean, in America now, but whatever. We had to put animals in zoos so we could figure out what they were like instead of just traveling the, globe, which we should be able to do. Which, anyway, I know, sorry, dog. She's like, what are you talking about? We wanted to know what the animals look like besides looking at pictures. And of course, we don't all have privileges like that, and it is okay. Anyways, after the giraffe or antelope, I'm going to go with antelope because I've seen it happen. They've been chased and they've been running and they get exhausted and they, that negative or fear-based energy rolls through them. It's just like the goose pimples or whatever. They will shake off the fear. They will literally shake off that energy, shake off that trauma, because it's fucking trauma. You're running for your life. You're running for your fucking life, and they'll just shake it off like it never happened. They're able to do that. Like, I seen a specter tonight, split-second specter. That doesn't mean that it wasn't, that could have just been me walking down the road with my dog. In another lifetime, timeline, dimension, what have you. But there's a lot of different ways that could go. I believe that we are going in a better direction. And I prefer not to look into the past as to what types of things people have done for their survival in the past. because we're not surviving anymore. We're not even really like striving to stay above water. We are thriving. We are on land, and God promises not to oneth, it's oneth by land, not twoeth by sea. No, oh Lord. We were promised that we would not be overtaken by water again. It's not going to be in the emotional state. The sad part is it's going to be in the aloof, apathetic state that we are overcome. That doesn't mean angry, because that's just as, whitewater rapids as the rest. Here in channeling, here it is. Like, I gotta have to pause this because I sound like I'm batshit crazy in the beginning of this and the beginning of all of them, because I don't want to tap in because it's so synchronistic. I'm not a prophetess. I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. We are behind this. We're behind schedule, but yet we're not. Because everything, everywhere, all at once. We don't need to believe it has happened for it to have happened. It's just, it didn't happen where we were, and it's, we don't have to be like, oh, it could have had it worse. It could be worse. If you're listening to this, I'm pretty sure you're not scrambling for your life, because this would be the last thing that you would be thinking about listening to as you're scrambling for your life. It goes in order. And it's going to be okay, because we still have time. I love you. We're going to talk about it. We can talk about it. We do talk about it. You love you too. And we're going to love each other. We're going to hug and love each other as much as we love each other. And as much as we love each other, we're going to hold each other. Present and holding, right? Come on, Sadie. Little girl. And that was a semi coming down the road. There's, they're moving and, oopsies, sorry. They're moving. Yeah, she's waiting for me to go. Oopsies. They're moving and digging out placements and, basements and so on for, sadly, for more housing down this road. Tearing out the woods. Are people happy about it? No. No, not many people are happy about it. They didn't want to sell to begin with. They didn't want to have someone come in and do this to the land. My dad tried to fight it, but there are some people who want civilization, or this is a quiet place. Who doesn't want to live in a quiet place? Well, if more and more people are living in the quiet backwoods places, the less and less is quiet, the less and less woods there are, the less and less land, the less and less nature, the less and less origination of the species, the more and more endangered, the more and more extinction. Yeah, the less and less inbreeding, I guess. That's your dog isn't a wolf anymore. Your dog isn't a wolf anymore, but I've seen many German Shepherd with deformities from inbreeding, because, we make our money off our German Shepherds, but yet at the same time, we don't want to use our money towards breeding them with other German Shepherds that are worth money too. We don't want to go out and find other animals that are worth the money to, we're not keeping the husband or the brother and the sister to breed them. It's just, oh my, I make her worry. Holding and keeping. No, my kids aren't mine. My kids belong to the universe. My babies belong to the universe. Eventually, we all go back to the universe. All in due time. That's why we have ancestors. Some of them went way too young in my family, and that is definitely one of the karmic generational patterns that has been broken. My dad broke it. It took a spell, but my dad broke it. And thank goodness. And no, it doesn't skip a generation. And no, it's no longer older in age, but earlier than normal. It's no longer like that. It is, they live out their full lives and they don't go early. It doesn't, it doesn't mean that we were perfectly untraumatized as children, because that's what caused it, was traumatization. But we were less traumatized than the children before us and better raised. Or less invisible, less programmed for work and more programmed for childhood. Because in my grandpa's age, they were programmed for work. They were adults by the age of like 12, 7, they weren't able to be kids. And then my dad, same thing, in between, we're like the latchkey kids. Or I should say they were taught that everything was very strict and you had to listen and your mother was to be respected and, but then kind of made it where you wanted